What is up, Griddle Warriors? Welcome back to Masters of the Griddleverse, where we conquer comfort food one recipe at a time. Today we are doing a fast food juggernaut, Copycat McDonald's chicken nuggets. My son Zach is very excited for this because this means that he not only gets homemade chicken nuggets, but McDonald's chicken nuggets because he's gonna be doing my blind taste test. So this ought to be fun. So guys, what do you say? By the power of the Griddleverse, let's get cooking. All right, so first thing, the ingredients and stuff that I just put on the screen, that is for 1x this recipe. I'm doing 2x because, well, I have a lot of people to cook for. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab 2 pounds of ground chicken. Ideally, you want to do this in a food processor. However, I do not have a food processor, so it's not really going to, I don't think it's going to affect the nuggets too much taste-wise. It might affect them texture-wise. That's really about it. So, in a bowl or in your food processor, put your chicken. Next, if you are doing this by hand, go ahead and glove up. This is where it gets a little messy. So we're going to go ahead and add in all the seasonings and spices that I just listed on the screen for you, as well as 2 liquid chickens. That'll give this a nice mix. If you are doing this by hand, ground chicken is very sticky. So do not be alarmed if this sticks to your hand too much. So if you're doing this via food processor and you're using whole chicken breast, you want to cube it up and then pulse it until it turns into a nice pink paste. If you're using the ground chicken like I am in your food processor, then again, just pulse it 20-30 seconds, again, until you get that nice paste. That is kind of what we're looking for. Again, doing this by hand, you're not going to get it as finely pureed or whatever you will with a food processor, but still, I think it's a pretty good job looking for that nice pink paste-like structure. So let's go ahead and throw this in the refrigerator for about 20-30 minutes to get this firmed up. All right, so after your chicken has sat and chilled in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes, go ahead and get yourself a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Then what we're going to do here is just make some chicken nuggets. Put them on the tray. So McDonald's nuggets kind of flat, kind of have a boot shape to them. If you want to make a boot shape, by all means go ahead, make a boot shape. I'm just going to make me some good size nuggies. You want to do this with all of your chicken. Once you have completed this with the chicken, you want to go ahead and pop this in the freezer for about 30 minutes to really help have them hold their shape when we go into our next phase, which will be the breading and the frying. So very, very important, freeze your nuggets. Also, if you want to make these a day or so ahead of time, go ahead and freeze them. Once you form your nuggets, go ahead and freeze them at that time. Don't bread them yet, just freeze them. And then when you get ready to use them again, or to actually, use them, then you go ahead and bread them and fry them. So let's go ahead, get all of our chicken nuggies out on the tray, and I'll see y'all back in just a few minutes. All right, so with the nuggets freezing, let's go ahead and make our batter. This is cornstarch. And here we have baking soda, salt, and some smoked paprika. If you don't have smoked paprika, by all means, go ahead and use regular paprika. We are mixing this into just some all-purpose flour. Get those spices nice and mixed up in there. And by the way, guys, we got the bag. All right, so with that in there, what you're gonna want is a cup and a half. Again, this is for my 2X recipe. Cup and a half of cold water. And you're gonna want to slowly add this in. I just have regular sink water with an ice cube or 2 in there. So if you watched my honey chicken recipe, then this batter kind of looks familiar. This is our tempura batter. Makes the chicken really nice and crunchy. That's kind of what we want. We kind of want to mimic that McDonald's crunch. So you definitely want a nice tempura batter to dip them in. All right, guys, and that's kind of what you're wanting right there. So we're gonna do is we take this, we're gonna set this off to the side while your batter is resting and your chicken is freezing. Now is a good time to go ahead and get the oil on the oven. All right, once you got the McNuggets semi-frozen, just gonna take them out, throw them around in the batter. Okay, bye. Get rid of any excess. Put them in the oil away from you. Do this to all of the ones that you have made up. Make sure you do it kind of quick. The warmth of your hand will make these nuggets thaw out very quickly. Oil is set at roughly 350 degrees. We got it over a medium-high heat. So these can go in the oil 3 to 4 minutes. We're going to take them out, let them set and rest for about, say 5 minutes. Then we're going to deep fry them again. That's where the magic is. So I get the extra crispy. Just like everything else you're deep frying, do not overload your fryer, otherwise it will affect the oil temperature, and that's no bueno. Let these go for about, like I said, 3 to 4 minutes, and we'll come back and get some more. All right, these have sat for a few minutes. It is time to double fry. So the first fry is where you got, you got everything cooked through. This is just going to add that extra level of crispiness. So here you just want them to go for about 3 to 4 minutes again, just to get nice and crispy. All right, so as you can see, we're not here with Zach. These are our chicken nuggets that we made. Oh, that looks delicious up in there. Listen to the crunch. Ooh. All right. Zach, I need you to close your eyes. It's gonna be a little warm, so blow. All right. Take a bite. Do you think you know which one that is?
McDonald's chicken McNuggets.
Are you sure? All right, blow. Ah, no looking. Blow, blow. All right, open. Take a bite. Which one's that?
Your chicken McNuggets.
You cheated, that's why.
I'm sorry.
All right, so what do you think? How are the McNuggets versus the McDonald's nuggets?
Your McCrisp's nuggets taste not as processed.
I take that. So it's fresher.
So it's fresher.
Okay. So would you prefer the fresh ones over the store-bought ones?
Yes.
And this boys have more nuggets than I've had night sleeps. So But guys, that's it for today. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good fun stuff. Recipes gonna be down below. And you got anything to tell them?
Have a hot cow day.
Peace out, guys. See you next time.